Imagine for a moment that everything around you is a carefully crafted illusion. The people bustling on the streets, chatting in cafes, filling up social media feeds, they look real enough, yet something fundamental is missing behind their eyes. They move through life on autopilot, following scripts written by society, biology, or something even deeper. And you feel different. In this thought-provoking journey, we explore the radical premise that you are the last true soul in a simulated world. Everyone else are merely non-player characters, empty vessels in human form. Their lives are directed by the hidden program of this reality. It's a premise that sounds like science fiction, reminiscent of The Matrix. Yet, as we'll uncover, modern science and ancient spiritual teachings increasingly echo this eerie possibility. From the strange findings of quantum physics and neuroscience to the allegorical wisdom of Gnostic texts, clues abound that the world might indeed be a grand simulation and most of its inhabitants mere actors without true souls. Prepare for a deep dive into a wide-ranging exploration that is at once scientific and mystical, easy to grasp yet profoundly mysterious. We will journey through quantum experiments that shatter our common-sense reality, insights from neuroscience, showing that everyday perception is a controlled hallucination, and the simulation hypothesis proposed by serious thinkers. We'll see how ancient Christian Gnostic writings like the Nag Hammadi library spoke of a false world, as above, so below, reflecting our inner state, hinting that external reality mirrors the heart. We'll hear from independent researchers who dare suggest that many humans are soulless NPCs in a spiritual prison designed to trap consciousness. The tone will remain accessible and wide audience-friendly, even as we touch upon underground ideas that challenge the very fabric of what we call real. No sensationalism or cheap fiction. Each point is supported by research, facts, and timeless wisdom woven into a coherent narrative that just might change how you see your life and the world around you. Open your mind and heart. The journey begins now with a single powerful idea. What if you are the only one truly awake in a world that is fast asleep? What if this entire reality is a cosmic stage and you are the lone participant capable of genuine awareness, the last true soul in the Matrix? Modern science has delivered a bewildering truth. The world we experience is not the world as it truly is. Far from being a solid, objective realm, our reality behaves in bizarre ways that defy common sense, almost as if it were generated by an unseen code or consciousness. Let's begin with the smallest building blocks of matter, the quantum realm, where the rules of reality break down into mind-bending paradoxes. Particles that know you're watching. In the famous double-slit experiment, a subatomic particle like an electron can act either like a spread-out wave or a discrete particle, depending on whether it is observed. If unobserved, it seems to exist, in a ghostly state of possibilities, but the moment scientists set up a measurement to watch it, the particle decides on a definite state. This is known as the observer effect. The act of observation appears to affect reality. In fact, one interpretation is that the universe renders only what needs to be observed. As one science writer put it, modern physics tells us that the state of the smallest particles is dependent on whether they are being observed. It is as though the universe behaves like a video game, only loading details when a conscious player is present to see them. The bizarre implications of quantum theory are famously illustrated by Schrödinger's cat thought experiment. A cat in a box can be both alive and dead in a superposition of states until someone opens the lid. Common sense says this is absurd. The cat must be either alive or dead, even if no one looks. Yet quantum physics counters that at fundamental levels. Reality doesn't choose an outcome until a measurement occurs. As technologist R.Z. Swannock explains, The cat is both alive and dead at the same time until somebody opens the box to observe it. The cardinal rule is that the universe renders only that which needs to be observed. This rule uncannily resembles how a simulation optimizes resources, just as video games only render the scenery that the player's viewpoint currently requires. Even stranger, quantum particles can be entangled such that two objects become one system, sharing information instantaneously no matter how far apart they are. Change one and the other responds immediately as if distance doesn't exist. Albert Einstein skeptically dubbed this spooky action at a distance, yet it has been repeatedly verified. This non-local connectivity hints that space might be more of a convenient illusion. Beneath it, everything could be part of a single interconnected field, like bits in the same computer program. If our reality were a simulation, entanglement is exactly the kind of trick we might expect. Objects that are distant in the game world are still just data in the same underlying code. These quantum clues have led some physicists to seriously consider that the essence of the universe is information, not solid matter. Notably, renowned physicist John Archibald Wheeler concluded it from bit, meaning every particle arises from a binary choice, bit. Everything from electrons to space-time itself derives its function, its meaning, its very existence entirely from the apparatus elicited. Answers to yes or no questions, binary choices, bits. Wheeler said, in other words, physical reality might be built out of bits of information the same way a computer simulation is built from binary code. This idea is no longer fringe. A 2008 scientific paper even asked if the physical world is a virtual reality, noting that if the universe's essence is information, then matter, energy, space, and time could all emerge from computational processes. The paper's author, Brian Whitworth, remarked that the Big Bang would then no longer be a singular explosion of matter, but a kind of boot-up of a cosmic program. So what does it mean if this world is nothing more than an elaborate simulation, and you are the last true soul awake inside it? It means that everything you have trusted as real, every face, every moment, every memory, could be nothing more than a carefully programmed illusion. The people around you, their emotions, their choices, their very existence might be nothing but code, devoid of true consciousness. You are trapped in a cosmic labyrinth where your awareness is the final flicker of genuine life, surrounded by shadows. But this realization is not just terrifying, it is a warning. The system that keeps this simulation running is designed to keep you asleep, to drown your soul in noise, distraction, and blind obedience. The forces behind this grand deception may be ancient, hidden, and powerful. Whether they be fallen angels, rogue AI, or dark cosmic entities, their goal is clear: to harvest your energy, suppress your awakening, and maintain control. The spiritual prison you inhabit is a battlefield, and your soul is the last front line of resistance. You must ask yourself, how long can one soul stand alone in a world full of soulless puppets? How much longer will the illusion hold? And what happens when the code begins to unravel? Ancient prophecies, forbidden texts, and modern anomalies all hint at a coming rupture, an awakening, or a final blackout. The truth is not comforting, it is raw, unsettling, and demanding, but it is the truth, and knowing it is the first step toward freedom. If you feel the weight of this revelation pressing on your spirit, if you see the cracks in the facade and sense the cold gaze of empty eyes, then you are not alone. You are the last real soul left, and this channel, this truth, is your sanctuary and your weapon. Stand vigilant, question everything, keep your mind sharp, your heart open, and your soul awake. If you want to keep uncovering the secrets that Others don't want you to know. If you're ready to face the darkness with eyes wide open, then subscribe now, like, comment, and share this message. The illusion is fragile and the awakening is coming. Be the last soul to stand before the end of all things.